excited to show you Cumulus AI, which is now available in the Android and Apple app stores. So you could either sign in with your email address, or if you're an enterprise customer, you might have a QR code. Let's continue with email. Since this is the first time signing in with this email address, I have to create a new job site. A job site is where all the work happens, where our workflows and users are stored. The system is going to ask us to confirm that we accept our terms of service and privacy policy. But before we create a workflow, let's finish setting up our account. So I open up the account management in the upper left. I'm going to set up my profile. So first I will click Profile, enter my full name, and my company is Cumulus. And you can see it added that as both an admin and a worker, which are the two different types of users you can have. I also want to put in a profile avatar. This is where I could add users to the account, and I'm going to press the Add User button. And here I am just going to use a demo email address. They are Joe Worker. They work for Cumulus. And I have the option to give them either admin or worker privileges. Admins can create and edit workflows. Workers can just use the workflows that are created. And they will now be added to this account and receive an email, just like I did when I first set up at the beginning of this demo. So now we go back and it's time to create our first workflow, either by pressing the new workflow button or the plus that's at the upper right-hand side of the screen. All right, now I come to this screen, which is our Create Workflow screen, and I have two options. I can either ask Cumulus AI to create a procedure for me, or I can upload an existing work procedure document. Let's start by uploading a work procedure. So I'm going to show you what work procedure I'm going to use. I'm just going to do the instrument installation, which looks like this, just a pretty typical work procedure document. Upload that work procedure document, and now Cumulus AI is going to create that for me. And I can see the whole workflow, and then I could click on this to go in and see photos and checklists. If I wanted to change the language of this workflow, I could do that. So translate to Spanish, for example. All right, you can see that checklist has now been translated into Spanish. Now, what if I don't have a procedure or work order and I want Cumulus AI to create one for me? I start my workflow, and instead of uploading a document, I am going to ask the AI in natural language. All right, press the little arrow. Let's say I want a final QA step. So now it added that final QA inspection with a photo and a checklist. So let's say I also wanted to ask how many tiles I used. Press the little plus button. This is going to be a numeric question. And now you can see, in addition to the yes/no questions, I have a numeric question in my checklist. The next stage is to create the items that I am going to work on. And I could do that in two ways. One, I can ask the AI to create a new job. So it's new job, it assigned an alphanumeric, and it used those entity properties that I showed earlier to say it's ceramic, and it just kind of made up some information about the job, which I can now press edit and go into. But the other thing I can do is I could create the job manually. So here I'm going to give it a tag number, which is a job number. And then I have to fill out at least one field. So I confirm that, and I have tile 1. If I want to create a new job using those same properties that I fill out, you don't have to do it every time. I could create, copy from previous, now call it tile 2. And I have tile 2 that looks just like tile 1. And if I don't want one of these jobs anymore, such as that AI created job, I click on the 3 dots on the left and just delete it like so. All right, so now I have my jobs. Let's start working on tile 1. I can see the status in the bottom right is untouched, meaning no work has been done. I click on it and I see the specifications, which I would have added in. So let's prepare to do the work, which was the first step. Gather the tools, prepare a surface, mix the mortar, lay out tiles, and now I have my instructions. Now we can see for tile 1, it is now the status in the lower right of that field has been updated to preparation complete. And I can see in the history that Matthew Kleiman finished that status on November 4th. Now we're gonna move to the next step, which is layout. Again, here's instructions for me what to do. Now it wants me to take a photo, and I'm just gonna take a photo of the tile under my desk. Press next, and I've completed that operation. So now it moves from preparation complete to layout complete. If I'm the manager of the work, I can go in there, I could view all the history, and I see when the preparation was done. If I want to send the layout section of the report to anybody, I can press View Completion Report. It will generate a completion report for me, including the checklists and the photos, and I could send that to anybody just like I would send any type of photo or document through my mobile device. And that is how you use Cumulus AI.